Hey guys, how's it going? Chandler here from EzStocks, bringing you guys another top 3 stock video of the week. Before we get into my plays for this week, let's see how we did last week. So the first stock we called out last week was ticker symbol OKTA, OKTA. We pointed out it was at 198 and was bouncing off that support line and was expected to bounce up. So this blue line represents that day that we called it out, the 14th, but I guess better the 16th. It had that nice little run up and peaked around that $212, $213 mark and started to make its recovery back down for a pretty solid gain. The second stock we pointed out was ticker symbol DT. We noticed that it was pretty low below the support line of where it was holding for the past couple months, down at that $37 mark. Again, that vertical line is where we called it out, and we said that it was probably going to run up to around that support line that was hovering around that $38 mark. It broke that line and went up to that $39.40-ish before settling down. And the last stock we called out was Bitcoin. We noticed that it was in an upward wedge formation, so it was prone for a breakout sometime. We didn't know if it was going to be this week, the next week, but it ended up happening this week. So again, very shortly after posting the video, it shot up that next day to around that $12,500 mark before cooling back off and falling right back into its pace that's been holding here for about a month now. Alright guys, so the first stock we're going to be talking about this week is ticker symbol ZM or Zoom. You guys know this as that video conference stock. And what I want to point out here is we've been noticing a little more volatility as the weeks have been going on. It's been struggling around that $250, $270 mark range, been having that nice little wave format. And recently it just broke out of that resistance. We've noticed just a little bit around that 275 mark. Finally broke out on the 18th. And went up to that 295. So just be on the lookout here. It is at all-time highs right now, with more and more schools and colleges especially switching more towards an online focus after COVID outbreaks. You could expect to see the stock to either continue to climb or have a little bit of a downturn and break back into that resistance area. So again, just waiting for a good entry here. I'm not saying buy in right now, but I'm saying wait for that nice play, maybe another dip before it heads back up. Alright guys, so the next stock we got going on is Lulu. That's a ticker symbol LULU, also known as Lululemon. This is a clothing store company that I buy from frequently. I get a nice discount being an Orange Theory trainer and all, so I gotta use that discount, buy some clothes, and obviously help out the stock. So as you can tell from this 1-year chart, it's been on a pretty big tear. This was that February-March crash. It's already almost doubled where it's been at that point. It was at $264. It's over $100 over where it was pre-COVID. That is insane. If you think about that, that is crazy. If you go that 5-year chart, $43, this stock is going to the moon. This is the next Tesla. It's not the next Tesla, but yeah, I know. This is a very safe stock. It goes up a lot, and that is what we're going to be going for. The chart I want to look at is this 1-month chart here. It's been having very consistent growth. So again, this is going to be a good long-term stock if you want to hold on to. It's a good mid to long-term stock. You collect about 5-10% here or there. So what I've been doing is I've been doing some call debit spreads. So I've been saying, hey, the stock's going to jump up $5. I'll give it about a week or two to jump up that $5. Typically, I buy it whenever it flatlines for a couple days, and then in a few days after that, it typically goes up. Or if it has a nice little dip down the next day, it tends to recover up. So then I'll go a little shorter there. But it really depends. Again, if this is a stock, you want to buy just straight up stock, or you want to buy some call debit spreads. That way it's less risk than just straight up calls. Or if you just want to buy straight up calls too, they're all pretty good there. RSI does say it's a bit overbought right now. So just be on the lookout for either a flat line or a pullback here the next day or two. But if it continues to grow up, don't hesitate. Get in. I guess the phrase goes, it's better to get in the market, or better to have time in the market than time the market. You know, obviously it's better to do both, but you can win one, you can lose one, and there, let's head into our final stock of the day. All right, guys, so the last stock we'll be talking about is NVIDIA. I know you guys have all heard about this before. NVIDIA has been on a real tear. This chart doesn't really do it justice here. Let me throw up a better one. So here's that better chart here. You can see that NVIDIA is up over 20% this month, and NVIDIA's stock prices got really helped out with Intel having that little bit of bad news saying that they weren't going to be able to compete with those processors, those 7mm, I believe, nanometer, whatever they were, chip sizes. So you had NVIDIA just continue to rise here, and it had that little bit of resistance right before that $500 mark, But now that it's over that $500 mark, just pay attention where it goes on Monday. You could see a pullback on Monday, Tuesday, but we're not too worried about that. And we're not going to be playing the growth of NVIDIA. We're going to be playing that it's not going to crash any further. So we're going to be playing off NVIDIA again here by using this little bit of resistance slash support. It's not really technically a support line. It's more of resistance around that $500 mark. Let me trade in some options here. So going in there, we're going to go ahead and sell a put and just below it. So around that 480, we'll go ahead and select that and we'll buy back at the 477. So this will be about a 10% return here on that credit spread. It's a pretty safe one as well. Again, the more risky you want to get there, if you think it's just going to continue to go up, maybe you'll sell around that 495, or even if you want to get really crazy, you could sell some out of the money, but that is just too much risk for me, and that's why I don't like it that much. That's why I'd rather play it a little more safe. Obviously, you can get even more safe and drop it down if you really want to get the high percent chance of profit, 95%. There, you can really just sell a low 455. This one you'll basically not lose. There's no way. Again, that's why it has a 95.95%. Well, guys, I wish you the best of luck trading for this week. Hopefully this video was useful for you. If it was, leave that thumbs up below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.